Hi, how are you? Matt Watson here from Carwow, and I've got a BMW 5 Series E39 drag race special because I've got two Alpinas and one M car. So let me tell you the exact cars I've got lined up here. So this is an Alpina B10 V8 S. It's got a 4.8 litre naturally aspirated V8 that puts out 380 horsepower and 510 Newton meters of torque. It drives the rear wheels via a 5-speed automatic gearbox. Oh yeah. This car weighs in at 1,690 kilos and it costs, if you want to buy one now, £25,000 for this car. It was built in 2002 and it's done over 100,000 miles. Now the other Alpina, that is the B10 V8, no S you see. Reason being, it's got a slightly smaller engine. It's a 4.6 litre with 340 horsepower and just 470 Newton meters of torque. Once again, it uses a 5-speed automatic gearbox driving the rear wheels. It's a bit lighter than this car. It weighs in at 1,660 kilos. Cheaper as well, £15,000. It's mad to think that this one is £10,000 more, even though it's only got an extra 200cc and 40 horsepower more, and it's just 1 year younger. That's from 2001. Speaking of 2001, we've got the 2001 BMW. Oh.
I don't know if you noticed, that was a guest driver there.
May as well introduce him now before I give you the stats on that car.
Ben, how are you, mate?
It's Ben Collins, by the way.
I'm good. It's great to be on another windswept airfield.
Did one of the cameras just drop off? Were you helpfully putting it back?
I didn't want someone to run it over, it just fell off. I think it might have been a bit intimidated.
Seeing as you're there now, shall I tell you the stats on your car?
Please do.
So you got a 4.9 litre V8, naturally aspirated, puts out 400 horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque, and drives the rear wheels via a 6-speed manual. You're the only car here with a 6-speed manual. How do you think that's going to play out?
I mean, I feel pretty handy with the clutch, so I think I'll be, pretty sprightly. I imagine it'll be pretty even though.
So you've got more power than I have. You've got 20 horsepower more. You've got a bit less torque though, just 10 Newton meters less. However, there's something interesting on the weights. Do you think that M car is lighter or heavier than this Alpina?
I guess I'd hazard a guess it's got to be a bit heavier.
I thought you were going to say lighter because M, you know, is supposed to be like sporty. But you're right, it is heavier. It weighs in at 1,795 kilos. It's 100 kilos heavier than this for some reason. I mean, this has got all the bells and whistles. I've got wood trim. I've even got some like early sort of mobile phone there. Actually, do you know what people did with these phones? Hello, yeah, I'll be home for my tea soon. What is it, by the way? Oh, really? Oh, I'd rather just have fish and chips. Now, before we get on with this, I just want to say thanks to the guys who have lent us these cars. What we're going to do is show the stats so you can compare the stats side by side. And if you want to, you can go into the description of the video. We've got links to each of the owners so you can actually go and say thanks to them on their own personal accounts. I'd really appreciate it if you do that. Also, why not check out Ben's channel? What's your YouTube channel, Ben?
I'm on Ben Collins Drives, driving fast cars, terrifying celebrities. It's got Dizzy Rascal on there.
So yeah, it's been a lot of fun getting going.
Yeah, go check it out. Once again, link is in the description. All right, let's do this. I'm ready to beat Ben in this Alpina. Let's do it.
Buy, sell,
Car Wow.
Now before we race, let's do it. The customary Carwow sound check. I'm going to rev up this Alpina. So here we go. Yeah, that's nice. Can we have a listen to the B10 V8? See if it sounds any better than this V8 S. Okay, Ben, you're sat in the middle. Which one sounded the best to you, or were they identical?
Sorry to be boring, but they sounded the same.
Now, I've actually saved the best till last because I've already heard your car, Ben, but let's hear it again.
That is righteous.
That sounds like a frickin' racing car. It's awesome. Now let's race. Hopefully having an automatic gearbox will help me win.
That car on my right, I don't think that's air conditioning, but there's some fluid leaking out underneath the hood.
Oh dear, it appears that before we race we might have an issue with one of the cars. Now, they are BMWs, and BMWs have a reputation, especially older ones, for being a bit fragile. Is the stuff that's leaked out of it greasy and oily?
Sorry, it's just water, but where the water's coming from, who knows?
This is nerve-wracking. Yeah. Did you swap it for fish and chips? Yeah, oh good. I'll have some curry sauce with it as well then. Yeah, brilliant. All right, nice work.
We're going to run it. We're just going to keep an eye on the temp gauge.
Here we go then. Stability control on. Let the old-fashioned traction control do its thing. Otherwise, this will just spin up its wheels.
3, 2, 1.
Come on. Ah, come on. Oh, here comes the M5 now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Got him.
That was so close. I thought you might have me towards the end.
But I held on and I won. What was your launch like? Looked pretty decent.
To be fair, just the right amount of wheel spin, kept the revs where it should be, but you still walked away. So I think you've got to say that auto box off the mark is a winner.
So then what exactly happened? Well, the B10 V8 S won, completing the standing quarter mile in 14.6 seconds. The M5 finished in 14.8 seconds, and the standard B10 V8 was last, taking 15.2 seconds to complete the standing quarter mile. Right, we're going to do another quarter mile drag race, but this time we're not going to launch them. We're going to roll in first gear, then the starter will start us, and we'll see which one gets to the quarter mile first. Let's do it. Now it's close between the V8 and the V8S. The M5's been dropped. Oh! Nick in the V8. It's like you backed off the throttle just before the blooming line and I came past you. What happened?
Was exactly the moment it chose to shift from third to fourth. Exactly the moment. It couldn't have been a worse time.
I think that did for you, that did.
Well, it did for you, babe, because you were way behind us.
Initially great in first, and there's just a dead spot. In second gear, it just runs out of momentum in the revs and gets out of the power band.
And then you just keep cruising into the distance.
Gah, that was weird, that was. Now, if you're enjoying this video and you want to see more like it, make sure you subscribe to this channel, all right? And hit the bell icon to turn your notifications on. I've got some cool videos that I've recorded today, actually, which you're going to want to see. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. Let's do some more racing. Okay, so we have another problem with the Alpina B10 V8.
I was speaking to the owner earlier who said that the gearbox is a little bit finicky between third and fourth, so there might have been a pre-existing issue with fourth, but it's not going into any other gear. Even in drive, it's starting in fourth.
Ben, what's your thoughts? Do you think this car's going to now retire finally?
Or do you reckon it'll miraculously fix itself?
Well, I reckon if they turn it off and cycle it, turn it back on, it might sort its brains out.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Is that fixed now, Nick?
Yep, would you believe it? It was a switch it off, switch it on again problem, and now we should be fine. Right,
rolling race from 30 miles an hour, starting second gear, not fourth. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, now it's off, that car, look at it. Ben scuppered his gear change there, but now, oh, look at it, look at the manual gear change. Oh, he's coming back now. Look at this is beautiful. Well, that was interesting. That V8 won that, didn't it?
I did, Matt. I am convinced I edged Ben just up to the line. I think I was ahead.
You edged Ben. Do you know what you just said?
No? Do you want to enlighten me, Matt? And our audience? I'm sure they want to know.
How about you, Ben? Do you concur? Were you edged?
And the only reason he'd slightly edged me out at that first distance marker there was because this thing hesitates occasionally. It's like when you change gear, it just drops, and it just took the edge off the acceleration. Otherwise, I'd have had you.
You almost had Nick, but Nick edged you.
But then I edged him again at the higher speed, didn't I, Nick?
Am I just a child? All right, we're going to another rolling race to the half mile, this time from 50 miles an hour, and the car's in third gear. Hopefully my extra torque, I've got the most torque, will win out here, but let's find out. In a 3, 2, 1, go. Kick down. I got a gearbox kick down. I'll take it though. Nick, did your Alpina kick down?
Yes, it did. It kicked down to second.
Mine kicked down to second, so that's fair dues. Ben, you didn't change gear at all, did you? You just floored it in third.
Third, yeah, and off she went. That's where she likes it.
We would do a brake test at this normal point in time, but if you'd rather watch another video with some classic BMWs drag racing, click on the pop-out banner up there, follow the link in the description below. Right then, brake test. Let's do the brake test, come on.
Did you say brake test?
Is there an issue with your car, Ben?
I mean, yes. There's a lot of vibration when I press the brakes.
Admittedly, at over 120 miles an hour.
Well, mine is fine. What's yours like, Nick?
That last run, like Ben said, admittedly it was from over 100, but it was genuinely really bad, and it was bad all the way down to 40 miles an hour. So I really don't want to do a brake test in this car. I think one of the discs is like a Pringle at this point. It's so warped.
Well, we have to do a brake test. It's the rules. So I know. Let's do a brake test from 30 miles an hour.
Proper exciting car wow brake content, isn't it? It doesn't get better than this.
Well, this is like the key braking zone. It's like you're driving round town. Someone jumps out in front of you. You have to hit the brake. Which car stops in the shortest distance? Let's find out right now. Here comes the line. It's still coming. It's just there. Here it is now.
I win! Yes!
I don't know how good these brakes are actually, because I hit the pedal and it went to the floor pretty much.
Well, I'm sorry, I did get a bit overexcited in here because I felt immediate victory. This thing actually stops incredibly well. I'll give it that.
From 30 anyway. From anything above 30, you're on a wing and a prayer.
And I think, Nick, you might have just edged me.
Share the love, Matt. Share the love.
I think he finally understands what it means.